Here today with our South America Director, Omar Pina, for Strategic Impact, and his wife, Ana. We are here this week in Lima, Peru, to help plan for the future of the ministry here. We've been working on establishing the School of Multiplying Leaders here in Lima, as well as making contact with other pastors. So, Omar, just kind of tell us what the things that have happened here this week in Lima, and what are the plans for Peru in the future?
Well, this week we had the chance to see how the School of Multiplying Leaders has been growing. We got 13 women. They just finished the first quarter, and they start a new quarter with new disciples. And also we start another school with the men of that church. One of the greatest blessings, I think, during this past week, we had the chance to meet the president of the Baptist Association that covers all this country, Peru. And when we present him, how can we serve these churches in Peru, the word that he simply said while we were explaining him was, "This is fascinating." He was so excited about hearing that God sent us here to help them to ignite a church planting movement and start planting new churches.
Okay, so can you outline for us what are the next steps? What is going to happen, the plans happening in Peru for the coming months?
Well, through our local coordinator for the country, we're building a team of 10 pastors, and for May, we're planning to start at least 5 leadership trust conferences, and at least 10 churches in each one of those conferences. That will make 50 different churches in different regions of the country, and then start the process of the School of Multiplying Leaders in each one of those locations in May. And from that moment, start the process in other locations too.
So we've got a good foundation being laid here in Peru with some great plans for the future.
Yes, I think what the experience in the past has brought us to a point that we believe that is going to expand strategic impact ministry in this country.
I know that you have been meeting with pastors in different cities in Venezuela the last couple of months. Tell me what's been going on with those cities and pastors.
Yeah, since I knew more about what's the concept of the School of Multiplying Leaders, I started visiting pastors that I'm connected to in Venezuela. We made a list of 40 different cities. Now we've got 25 cities in different cities of Venezuela where we gave the pastors the training, and they already start their own School of Multiplying Leadership. So we're really excited how the pastors grab this tool, and because they believe that this is the way to help them to grow and also help them expand their churches and the ministry in their cities where they're located.
So, we've been talking about the School of Multiplying Leaders. What is the goal of that? What's the purpose of that school?
Well, the purpose of that school is for the pastor to start training the first generation of leaders. Those leaders will start training more leaders. And the other second generation of leaders will start making disciples, multiplying other disciples, then plant churches, then multiply more churches. If they follow this process, I believe that's the way that we can fulfill the Great Commissions in their cities, in our countries, and in the rest of the world.
Great. Well, Ana, tell me a little bit about what you have seen God doing in Venezuela through the ministry of Strategic Impact. ¿Entiendes?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really very excited about work with my family in the strategic impact. I want to serve the Lord with the praying, conference, all things that God puts my way. I'm very happy.
And we're so glad that Ana is here as well. Already Omar is delegating to her organization and financial matters, and we are so grateful for you to be on the team here with us.
Yes. He loved me more now.
That's great. Well, Omar, we've been planning here for the last few days and thinking about the future. Can you tell me a little bit of what your vision for the ministry is for the future for Latin America, for South America?
Yeah, well, this past week we had the chance to spend time with the Venezuelan director and the director of Peru. So since the very beginning, we impart in their hearts also the desire that they can go to another country. So we want to expand their ministries from their country to another countries. So our future is Brazil as a great country with a lot of people there, and at least go to the south part of the continent and the Caribbean countries as well.
So next year, 2012, we plan to expand into Brazil, launch our ministry there.
Brazil.
And also, what are some plans like for the leaders here in Peru? What are you challenging them to do?
Well, like I said, I challenge them to go at least to the countries in the neighborhoods.
Right. Which
For
would
instance,
be,
and for Peru, I challenge them to go to Chile, Argentina, and Bolivia. And we're making plans to go to Bolivia in June, for instance. And for the director of Venezuela, he's going to Colombia in March. And he's going to Ecuador in April. So I think that the same heart, the same feeling in our heart is being transmitted to them so they can also bless another countries too.
it's so great to have Omar and Ana on our team. And God has given us a man and his wife here of great maturity, great vision, and great experience. He brings with him a lot of credibility to the ministry and influence with many people. Now, Omar, I know that your vision is not just for South America. What's your vision for Latin America in the whole?
Well, I think now we're in the process that we're equipping leaders in Latin America and in South America. By my dream, and I think it's in the heart of God, so the Latin American people can go to any part of the world and ignite a movement, because we want to serve God and we want to serve the church all over the world and help them reach their own world for Christ.
I believe this is going to happen. I believe that God is going to use Latin Americans to impact the whole world for Christ. You and I have the great privilege and honor of locking arms, of being team members with these great and beloved disciples and co-laborers for the gospel. And I am so excited about what God is going to do in the future. Thank you, Omar, for being on our team. We love you, brother. Gracias, Ana. We love you, and we look forward to great things in the future.
Thank you.